Hi, everybody. Corrie Thorne, the spiritual healer. I'm doing the channel messages for December. Right now, I am working through the month of Sagittarius or the astrological sign of Sagittarius. And so please remember that these are not replace any medical psychological advice that you've been given. These are be taken as a form of entertainment. So I'm doing all the monthly messages early. This is only the 17th, 18th of November they're being recorded on. But I'm going to be doing the year forecast for each astrological sign coming up. So I wanted to get these out and ahead of time. Last night I did the Aries and it was just like it had come flying, flooding out. And so tonight I'm doing Sagittarius. And um, I pulled I had to pull these cards a few times for you, Sagittarius, and we will be coming into Sagittarius season coming up here right away, in another few days. And so I pulled out the first few cards that I pulled out. It was like, oh, what is really going on here? What's happening? So I had this sense of still being at battle, still being at war, and I had the of of five of wands. So it's in a fire sign energy, and I had this, and then I had the tower card, and I had the tower in reverse, and I just and I have the five of cups in reverse, and so I have five fives, and what came up for me with this, and I mean I'm channeling the messages, I'm using the tarot as a guidance or as a validation to some of my messages in a way, and so um what I'm picking up and what I'm getting is that there's some sort of, you're still battling your own mind. You're still like holding out, waiting for that same crash burn kind of thing to happen. I feel as if there is still a little bit of a tower moment fear around you. And I'm like, I just want to twist it. It's like I have this capsule. And in this capsule, it's like if you're in Canada, it would be like a Kinder Surprise or anything. It's like you twist the egg, you twist it, and it's like it has like a lock and key. And I feel like you've kind of been like under, like you've had this code and you followed this code of life, and you're afraid to break that code, or you're afraid to break that. You're afraid you're going to break your own code of ethics or your own self prophecy of this is what it's always like. It's like you've been under, a lot of you have been under a lock and key kind of energy for a long time. And I'm like, this is like been playing out. And it's like you have um, a fear of losing the same things, like a fear of like, it's not a fear of not being enough. That's not your concern, Sagittarius. That's not usually your concern. As much as you may sometimes think it is, that is not. You may play that as, you may think that and may use that, but that's not what really is happening. It's that capsule energy, and it's like you've capsuled your life. Is like you've made this own, it's like you mixed up your own formula and you decided this is who I'm going to be, this is what I'm going to be like, and nothing's going to change that, nothing's going to that song, nothing's going to break my stride. It's like I've been on this journey, I've been doing this thing, and I'm not going to. And so, but in the meantime, you've been at a battle with your mind, with your thought, with everything else that's around you, afraid that what happens if it crashes, what happens if that capsule breaks, and what happens if someone figures out the code of me, what happens if, so there's a little bit of self-deception and deceiving yourself into this. And I keep twisting it, and it's like you're kind of twisting your own story, but you're also twisting some stories. There's some twisting of stories that you have happening, and I feel like you're kind of twisting and bending it to align to what you want to hear, what you want to see, what you want to happen. And there's some not truth there. And so you also have the eight of cups, and I feel like this is a perspective for me. I'm pulling out like you are playing, you've, it's like you don't want to, sometimes you're stubborn and you don't want to see beyond, you don't want to see beyond um the reflection of the stories you create, and that can sometimes be your own worst enemy. It's like it's taking you, it's, how do I put this, it's been taking you kind of into seeing, um not the cup half empty, but that whole sense that there's like, I've tried everything, I've depleted everything, I've been there before, I know it all. And it's like, there's a sense that you're, if you would just turn your vision, just look in another direction, take another look a little deeper. It's like December is telling you to look a little deeper, to have a little more trust, to have a little more sense um, of have a little more trust of the fact that the things that you have locked inside, or what you've locked in of this whole perfectly planning and perfectly laying out is not working so well. So how about we look at it in another direction? How about we look at it? And this could be also in relationships. I feel like this may be some relationship stories for you as well. And I'm like, I just feel like don't be so don't be so quick to think that you know that you've got everybody figured out, or that you know what's best for everyone, or that you know everybody and you know what everybody's thinking, or you know what's happening, because it's not true. And it's like, you are your own freaking worst enemy here. And you you have the Nine of Pentacles, and that's also in reverse. You got a lot of reversal cards here. And then all of a sudden you get the Emperor. This is the Aries card, and that's in the upright. It's in the upright position. Another fire card, a fellow fire sign energy here. And this Emperor is like looking in the new direction, looking in the direction we need to go, looking the way that things need to be. And it's like a double. So we have a lot of, so there's like, we started with a wand, we have an emperor, and then we also have some emotions. We have some, we're still in Scorpio because we're in November, but this is for December. And I just feel like it's like you're you're laser focused, but you're not allowing your vision to expand. And it's like you're thinking one thing, but it's not all as you think it is, and you need to explore it a little bit further, whatever that means in your relationships. I feel like there's a lot of relationships around you right now, Sagittarius, that's in that energy. So I'm also traveling back a little bit here, and I want to go back into that Eight of Cups. I have this sense of feeling as if you are dissatisfied. You're not satisfied. You're not happy somewhere. But it's that sense of like, um, it's the fear stories that's going with this. And then when we come over here into the Emperor and into that fire sign energy, it's like that being in charge, being in control, being in charge of your own destiny. So I feel as if it's like changing your view and your perspective on relationships, and allowing the flow of relationships, and to not be waiting to see there's still, like in the Five of Cups, there's still two golden cups there behind. Others might have fallen away, but there's still two golden cups. And I feel like it's like, um, don't don't just, it's like, don't dismiss, don't dismiss something. Don't dismiss happiness. Don't dismiss an opportunity. Don't dismiss that there's like, a lot of value and worth in where you are and what's happening. But I also have a sense of like, um, I have the Devil's card, and I have it in reverse again. Everything's in freaking reverse for you. So the Devil and the 10 that I have, I just feel like it's in reverse. I feel like there's like a dissatisfaction in of the, a feeling as if you're not getting, like, there's the financials not there, the money's not there. And of course this is December, and I feel like we do have some COVID energy coming up. I feel like there's some real lack of energy coming in here for a lot of the readings this month. um but this feels like it's like your worth and value. And I feel like it's like, you it's like you can't buy into your happiness. You can't buy somebody. You can't buy any opportunities. And I just feel like it's like the sense that, um, you don't need to be buying things. You don't need to be buying people. You don't need to be buying you don't need to be buying into anything at this time. I feel as if it's going to be like, I feel like it's going to be a natural flow, natural things coming into your life. And to not to push yourself, not to feel a need to be so in, like, needing that sense of security, that you lose the essence of your why in that sense. But we also have, like, it's like there's a, the material world 10 of Pentacles is here, and it's also in reverse. And it's like, it's like there's such a fear story around you today. I don't know why. And there's this lack of, and I'm like, but I feel like this is not all truth. I feel like there's a lot of like, this is all stuff that's kind of from the past, and it's not really real to who you are today. And I'm like, this is all around relationships, and this is all around the, your presence in the real world, and you've been battling with yourself. And the first card, like I said, came out. I have the Five of Swords, and I just feel like it's like there's something hiding in the, like there's a little birdie watching you, there's like little animals watching you, there's butterflies, and everything is watching this battle, but they're going about their business, they're going about their life, and it's just watching the human world battle, watching the human world struggle. And I feel like it's like, don't get caught up. Don't get caught up in all that's happening out there. You will be sucked into the energy a little bit, Sagittarius, because you want to do what's best for everything. You want to do right by everybody, and you're going to see the sadness, you're going to see the lack of, you're going to see the, and it's like you can't fix everything, you can't help everybody, you can't save everybody. And that sense of you're trying to avoid some people's tower moments, and with that comes the Nine of Cups. And I'm like, there is a lot of things within your personal space, your personal world, your personal growth, your personal development that feels as if it's like it's really truly coming to life and it's unfolding. But there's a whole world out there that's not going to be unfolding at the same time. And there's like there's still sparkles of light, there's still hope. And it's like, but you can't save everybody. And I feel like it's that. And see, this is relationships. It's all around relationships for you. It's all around that energy of relationships and being able to repair relationships and being able to fix relationships and being that knight in shining armor. Sagittarius, you cannot be the knight in shining armor in December for everybody. You have to be very selective. You have to put a lot of personal care, personal rest in December. I feel like December is a month where you truly, I'm like, God, put the cards away because the cards are distracting me, because there's a lot of fibs in the cards tonight. And not that the card's not true. I mean, you, like you are in your head, and I feel as if I'm getting into the head of the Sagittarius energy, and I'm like, no, you're reading the world, you're reading the material world, you're reading what's happening out there, and it's not truth. It's like it's true, it's happening, but it's like it's not happening in your little world, that world that you're creating. What's inside that capsule? What is like, and so your prize, who you are is like, it's like you've depended on the structure of the human behavior and interactions and all the wisdom and knowledge that you've gained here on the human world. But that's not going to be enough for December. In December, you're going to have to truly like open your hands, let it go, and just fly with the wind, and let your wings fly. And that it's going to bring you into a time when you're going to have to trust outside of yourself, and you're going to have to put trust in other people. I feel like your energy, your personal energy is very low, Sagittarius, and we need to get you up. It's like, I feel as if you kind of you're feeling, it's almost like abandonment, some sort of like abandonment feeling, as if you've abandoned something or you've abandoned yourself, but you haven't. You've been shedding parts of you. And so there's also some sense of like maybe some childhood abandonment. I feel like it goes back to childhood, and there's some childhood abandonment issues that is like coming up, and it's like we want to leave them in 2020 where we're leaving everything else. I feel as if it's like December is definitely some challenges, but there's definitely a lot of good too. And so what you're being told is to be authentic, to be true to you, and you don't. It's not about being over ambitious. It's about personal like care, like a lot of personal care for Sagittarius in December. I feel like your flame, like we got to get that light back up. And we have Perputa. Perputa? I can't say her name. I butcher these names. And it's the saint of authenticity. And what's coming up for her is that I am authentic. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. It's like, and that's that capsule I had, that code of ethics, that like, and to kind of feel like some of it was very structured to conditioning, and now you have to be your authentic self, not not what you thought you should be, not what you were trying to be you. And so we also have the Mioshan and we have the Princess of Mercy. And it's the balance of giving and receiving. And I just feel like there's just a sense of this beautiful energy of, and there's an apple here in this picture. And it's that energy of the universal, is merciful. And so, like, the all of the universe, the God consciousness, all of that shows us mercy. We don't have to, we don't, when we leave, we don't get we don't have to wait for forgiveness. That's automatic. Unconditional love forgives everything. And I just feel like there's some areas where you're really truly holding on to some stories that really have a sense of lack of commitment to forgiveness, and or being able to show mercy, and maybe to yourself. And then I'm like the apple, and I'm going to the apples, the core of the apple seeds. And I feel like it's like if you're it's almost like you're afraid to bite the apple, and it's afraid to let, like, if I bite that apple, I'm going to be committed. If I bite that apple, then I'm going to have to be tied to this story of some sort. And I just feel like it's like, if you eat that apple, you might be actually nurturing yourself. It's okay for you to nurture yourself. It's okay that you eat the first apple and you give the next apple to somebody else. And I feel like there's just this authentic self, and it's not pizzazz, it's not like blah, it's like just the covenant of peace, and just being at peace, and being just free. And so, Sagittarius, I feel like it's like a kind of plant your butt in December. Take some healing time. Take some time for rest. We have some go time in there as well, but I think that comes closer to the middle of December. But the first part, I feel like it's like, don't stretch yourself thin, don't stretch yourself out, but just be kind of at peace. Um, do a lot of do a lot of like self reflection writing is what I get. Um, and I love every inch of my body, and I love the women. I love the women in my life fiercely. And Sapo is who this card in, and it's the beautiful divine red. It is rooted and grounded in love and support for the divine feminine and for the feminine around you, and to honor your feminine, no matter if you're masculine or feminine. In December, it's about that. I also see the presence of building and creating something new, and I don't know exactly what that is yet, but I feel like for some of you that's in family basis, and it's around family stuff. I see some family structures changing and some family changes happening, and I also see some changes in some houses, like whether this is like people have decided to part ways, or decide to grow the family, expand the family, or two families kind of moving into one house. But I have like this expansion of someone like needing the space, needing to move, needing to kind of expand the home, like move, change, shift. And so, it's like, oh, December is not the month for that. But so if you've had a house up for sale for a while, I feel like December you might just see it sell. December might be the month that you just see it move when you're not expecting it, you're not expecting anything to happen. And I'm like, don't be surprised. But it's like, get out of your head, stop reading the energy of the world, because you can't really read it. It is not meant to be read, it's not meant to be caught in. And I'm like, I just feel like it's like you're afraid to walk away from the past, is afraid to walk away from some parts of who you used to be, and it's time to let that go. And that includes probably a town. Like, now that the house is sold, what do I do? Where do we go from here? And I feel like for some of you, you're actually pretty much leaving town. Like, I am out of here, is what it's like. And so I also have the Queen of Wands, and this Queen of Wands is coming up as taking charge of your life. This is you. You're taking charge of your life. You're in charge. You're being like, you make a great leader. You make a great, a planner, an organizer, making things happen. And it's like, I feel like that's the focus of where your focus will be. I feel like that's the focus of your direction, your projection. And I just feel like it's like you're helping there's a lot of help energy here. And but it's like you're also got a lot of, by the end of December, I feel like there's a lot of gas in your tank. You've recharged, you have a lot of energy, and 2021 will be the go time. No matter what's happening in the world, it'll be your go time. And don't be afraid to take that. Don't be afraid to go. Don't be afraid to just like have freaking fun. Time to start having fun then, time to just like enjoy your life and just take it easy. Like let go of the rest. I feel like if you're moving, shifting, it's all going to settle itself in, and it's like really embrace what is unfolding for you, and just kind of know that the rest of the world will settle itself down in their divine timing. You have to make sure that you're strong, healthy to be able to travel the journey, to be able to go in that direction. And remember, nothing's going to break my stride. Keep going. So much, much love. Thank you for always being here, and have a wonderful month. Bye bye.